right, folks. Well, oh, shoot. Let's see. I got to messing around with stuff and almost missed my cue there. So here I am. It's another Sunday. I'll be here this week. Next week, I won't, because next week I will be hosting at the Sunday Sampler Tampa at New World Brewery. New World Tampa, not New World Brewery anymore. New World Tampa. And we're going to have Rod McDonald there. That ought to be good. Let's see what I can do here. Maybe that'll work. My guitar's been a little low lately, so I'm trying to fix that a little bit. Anyway, I got some songs for you. Let's start with the Freddie with Smith song. It's called I Like Trains. 16 miles from Philadelphia, right near the Texas border. Traffic was stopped at a railway crossing to get to the shoulder. I stoked the kettle, I put to the metal, I shook the gravel loose. I missed the train, but I was happy with a glimpse at the caboose, 'cause I like trains. I like fast trains, I like trains that call out to the rain. I like trains. I like sad trains, I like trains that whisper your name. I was born on a Graham bus. My mama was a diesel engine. They tried to put me behind the wheel, but I wouldn't let them. I lost track of it. Start over. I was born on a Graham bus. My mama was a diesel engine. They tried to put me behind the wheel, but I wouldn't let them. I should have seen their look in their eyes and how it turned to tears when I finally told them I want to be an engineer, 'cause I like trains. I like fast trains, I like trains that call out to the rain. I like trains. I like sad trains, I like trains that whisper your name. Now you think that I've got someone new, darling, that ain't true. I could never love another woman beside you. Well, I'm not some dewy-eyed darling, gonna drive you insane. Anymore I'd be listening for the sound of a big old train, 'cause I like trains. I like fast trains, I like trains call out to the rain. I like trains. I like sad trains, I like trains that whisper your name. I like trains that whisper your name. Alrighty. Yeah, I was like messing around with my guitar and tuning stuff and moving my microphone around, and it's like, oh dang, it's time to be on. Anyway, I made it under the wire almost a minute late. Let's see what else have I got here. Okay, good. Yeah, so this is a Robert Earl Keen song called Everclear. Welcome to the show. That is. Every day at lunch in high school and all my senior year, I drink my Coca-Cola with a touch of Everclear. I never had to study math, science, or history. I'd have a chemical flashback to jog my memory. My junior year, I swore I loved sweet Miss Sherry Ann. One day I put some Everclear in her Dr. Pepper can. I thought it'd make her easy, she took it pretty hard. Took her home and rang the doorbell, left her laying in the yard. Tequila drives me out, yeah, beer just makes me fat. Whiskey makes me nauseous, tell me who the hell needs that? If you're thinking about drinking, then the answer's crystal clear. The invisible intoxicant's called Everclear. I remember our church picnic in the spring of '89. They had 4 fresh watermelons sliced right off the vine. Yeah, when they bowed their heads, giving grace for the food, hey, I pulled out my bottle and I soaked the melons good. Well, they never knew I'd hit 'em when that potion went to work. They had grandmas doing backflips, grandpas looking up their skirts. They were singing Hallelujah and Willie Nelson songs. Preacher said it was the best dang picnic the Baptist ever thrown. Tequila drives me out. Yeah, beer just makes me fat. Whiskey makes me nauseous. Tell me who the hell needs that? If you're thinking about drinking, then the answer's crystal clear. The invisible intoxicant's called Everclear. When I'm drinking Everclear, I think I'm king of this old world. I'm bigger and badder than John Wayne and cuter than Steve Earle. Then I wake up and I'm face down in the hall. Hey, I'm completely naked for a reason I can't recall. Well, I'm kind of sort of thinking that maybe I met a chick, 'cause there's perfume in the air and there's lipstick on my neck. And I hoped she was pretty and I hoped she was kind, enough to leave my clothes somewhere there easy to find. Tequila drives me out. Yeah, beer just makes me fat. Whiskey makes me nauseous. Tell me who the hell is that? If you're thinking about drinking, then the answer's crystal clear. The invisible intoxicant's called Everclear. All right, Everclear. Robert Earl Keen song. Let's see. Well, once again, you can't have a real set of music. At least I can't have a set without having a John Prine song in there. So here's my John Prine song for the old song. Most of my John Prine songs are old, but I do some of the new stuff too. Spanish pipe dream. She was a level-headed dancer on the road to alcohol, and I was just a soldier on my way to Montreal. Well, she pressed her chest against me about the time the jukebox broke. Yeah, she gave me a peck on the back of my neck. These are the words she spoke. Blow up your TV, throw away your paper, go to the country, build you a home, plant a little garden, eat a lot of peaches, Try and find Jesus on your own. Well, I sat there at the table and I acted real naive, 'cause I knew that topless lady had something up her sleeve. I said, you must know the answer. She said, no, but give it a try. And to this very day, we've been living our way, and here is the reason why. Blew up the TV, threw away paper, went to country, built us a home. Had a lot of children, fed them on peaches. They all found Jesus on their own. Now I'm going to do the verse that I forgot to do. Well, I sat there at the table and I acted real naive, for I knew that topless lady had something up her sleeve. Well, she danced around the barroom and she did the hoochie coo. Yeah, she sang her song all night long, telling me what to do. Blow up the TV, throw away paper, build you a country, build you a home. Plant a lot of children, eat a lot of peaches. Try and find Jesus on your own. That's the septuagenarian brain working right there. Any little thing goes whoop. Well, next up we got this song by Jim Infantino. It's part of my Songs You Never Heard Of by People You Never Heard Of. Scenario that I try to stick to. I'm going to be, I mentioned at the beginning of the show that next week I'm going to be hosting at New World Tampa. We're going to have Rod McDonald there next month. The following month, I'm going to play the first set, and the other hosts of the show are going to play the second set. So I will be playing at New World Tampa on whatever that date is, the second Tuesday of the month. Second Sunday of the month. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Not enough beer. I think that's it. Okay. So anyway, here's a song by Jim Infantino. Well, I'm addicted to stress, and that's the way that I get things done. If I'm not under pressure, then I sleep too long. Hang around like a bum. I'm going nowhere, and that makes me nervous. Everybody's out to get me, but I feel alright. Everybody's out to get me, but I feel alright. Everybody's out to get me, but I feel alright. Everybody's thinking about. Well, I'm trying to cut down on my caffeine consumption, so when I get up, I just have one cup of coffee. I like to have another cup of coffee with my breakfast. On my way to work, I like to get a cup of coffee, like the kind of cup of coffee that you get with a donut, except I never have the donut. I just have the cup of coffee. When I get to work, I like to have a cup of coffee because I like to have a coffee when I'm talking on the phone. We use a coordinator to get another cup of coffee. It's like having an espresso. Well, when I get back, not in the morning anymore, so I have a Diet Cola and another Diet Cola. By then I'm feeling fine, and I'm feeling pretty sharp, and I'm feeling pretty wired, and I'm getting things done. But right about 2, we get this little tiny migraine, and it starts by my eyes, and it moves to the back of my neck, and it moves to the bottom of my spine, but doesn't get there till 5 or 6 o'clock, which is the end of the day, so I'm fine. I'm addicted to stress, that's the way that I get things done. If I'm not under pressure, then I sleep too long. Hang around like a bum, going nowhere, and that makes me nervous. Everybody's out to get me, but I feel alright. Everybody's out to get me, but I feel alright. Everybody's out to get me, but I feel alright. Everybody's thinking about me. Well, I love to work, I love to run, I love to play real hard, I love to steal little things from the grocery store, like a piece of bubble gum, or sometimes I just stick my thumb in a peach and leave it there. Well, I love to water ski, snowboard, jet ski, skydive, parasail, mountain bike, bungee jump. I mean, I love to do things if I ever had the time. I love to work, I love to work, I love to work, but after work, I love to spend a little time with this woman that I'm seeing, except we never really get a little time to spend together, so we call each other up and we talk about work. But what I think I really love is to get it by myself on a little tiny island in the middle of the ocean with just me and a book and a cellular phone and a personal computer in case something came up. And I'd eat and a drink and a run and a sleep and I wouldn't do nothing except swim all day, except I don't know how to do laps in the ocean. Where are the sharks? Where are the sharks? And there's this kind of anemone that sticks in your foot and the poison goes up to your brain and you die. And sand fleas, sand fleas, sand fleas, sand fleas. Yeah. Well, actually, I think it'd be really relaxing, just me by myself in the middle of the ocean, and that's what I really love to do more than anything else. Except I probably hate it. I'm addicted to stress. The way that I get things done. If I'm not under pressure, then I stay too long. Hang around like a bum. Still going nowhere, and that makes me nervous. Everybody's out to get me, but I feel alright. Everybody's out to get me, but I feel alright. Everybody's out to get me, but I feel alright. Everybody's thinking about me. Everybody's thinking about me. Everybody's thinking about me. Let's see, what else have I got? It's a Jim Stafford song. The old Jim Stafford song. I didn't listen to this stuff on every tune. It's called Put the Case Up on to like tea. Well, I just got into town. I didn't have nothing to do, and I happened upon the telephone booth with a whole bunch of writing covering one entire wall. Well, it said if you ain't afraid to spend a dime, and if you want to have a real good time, I just give Lucille a call. Well, underneath her number was this big long list. It said she do that, and it said she do this. I let my fingers do the walk, all kind of stuff I'd miss. Well, I reached into my pocket and I found myself a dime. I heard a ring or two, and then I got her on the line and said, Lucille, I'd like to have a real good time. Might have found a lover, might have made a new friend. Well, I ain't had a real good time since I don't know when. She said, who are you and what is this? I said, Jim Lucille, and it's about this list, which I proceeded to read with particular emphasis. Well, my favorite numbers, 1, 5, 11, 14, 31, and 42 through 59. She said, where are you? And I gave her the street. She said, you sound like a guy that I'd love to meet. Just stay right there where you are, and I promise you a real good time. About 15 minutes after my arrest, in the middle of the questions, I tried to protest that I wasn't that fan of obscene phone caller or master of crime. Before they took me away, they allowed me one call. I recalled that number on the phone booth wall. It said, Lucille, I mean, you got an altogether different idea about a real good time. I lost my lover. I lost my new friend. Well, you can't have a real good time doing 1 to 10. Hey, listen here, Lucille. Yeah, I'm going to be tied up for quite a spell here, and I was wondering if it'd be okay if when I get out of here in 10 years or so, if I give you a call. I said, hello. Hello, Lucille. Hello. Lucille. Hello. Jim Stafford song. Lucille. Called A Real Good Time, actually. A Real Good Time. I always thought it was called Lucille. And then I got another song called Lucille, and I looked that one up, and it's called A Real Good Time. All right. It's a song by Steve Goodman and Michael Peter Smith. Well, I walk up to the mic and then shake my hips, take a deep breath and put a sneer in my lips. See me on the street, you wouldn't know my name, 'cause imitating Elvis is my claim to fame. So when you see my imitation name and lights, there'll be an imitation good rockin' the night. Well, I'm an Elvis imitator, just can't stop. Imitating Elvis from the bottom to the top. Imitate the way he talked, the way he smiled. Throw away my scarf and make the crowd go wild. This imitation Elvis may not be the king, baby, it's the next best. Singing Viva Las Vegas in the GI Blues. Won't you love me tender with my blue suede shoes? Let me be your teddy bear, get your to work out good. Need to touch. So if you're feeling lonely, need a place to dwell, come on down to Imitation Heart Great Hotel, 'cause I'm an Elvis imitator, just can't stop. Imitating Elvis from the bottom to the top. Imitate the way he talk, the way he smile. Throw away my scarf and make the crowd go wild. This imitation Elvis may not be the king, baby, it's the next best. Gonna rock, rock, imitation Elvis, gonna rock, rock, imitation Elvis. My gold lemon cape and sequin suit, pompadour haircut and my high-heeled boots. Imitating Elvis is the only way that I can make it through my imitation stage. You know this rockin' music can't be denied. I was imitating him before he died. Well, I'm an Elvis imitator, just can't stop. Imitating Elvis from the bottom to the top. Imitate the way he talk, the way he smile. Throw away my scarf and make the crowd smile. This imitation Elvis may not be the king, baby, it's the next best thing. Whoa, 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 baby, it's the next best thing. This song was also recorded by Jimmy Buffett. But the first time he recorded it as part of the group Freddie and the Fish Sticks, because he was a little embarrassed to actually be singing this song. Oh, look at this. It's the Mike Hanley song next. It's a song, you know, it's coming up soon, fairly soon too, is the Florida Folk Festival. So I wrote this as a true story about the Florida Folk Festival. And when you hear the Florida Boys mentioned, if you're familiar with the old Florida Folk Show on WMNF, Florida Boys was Pete Gallagher and Pat Barmore. Well, I love the Florida Folk Fest, 'cause I really love to play and sing. But jamming around the campfire, my 6-minute novelty Americana cover songs really don't fit in. Now when I join the circle, they shall play the perfect campfire song. And every time the chorus comes around, everybody sings along. I'm gonna write the perfect campfire song, one that anyone can play. Well, it won't have weird stops or chords to get in the way. I wanna jam in the circle, I wanna feel like I fit. I'm gonna write the perfect campfire song, yeah, but this one isn't it. Well, I hang around waiting for, do you have a song to play? Well, there's one about foolish questions. You know, you hear them every day. There's another song about Copenhagen Coke and one about a beer run too. The Jehovah's Witness stripper or the shallow end of the gene pool. I'm going to write the perfect campfire song, one that anyone can play. Well, it won't have weird stops or chords to get in the way. I want to jam in the circle, I want to feel like I fit. I'm going to write the perfect campfire song, yeah, but this one isn't it. It's the Florida Boys. First, this is what actually prompted me to write this whole song. Well, I strap on my guitar to make the campfire round. Well, I head for Jerry Mitzi's camp to hear those Florida sounds. Yeah, some guy kicks off a Garth Brooks song, and the Florida Boys pack it in. It's the Florida Jam, goddammit, let's go listen to Jubal's Cannon. I'm gonna write the perfect campfire song, one that anyone can play. Well, it won't have weird stops or chords to get in the way. I wanna jam in the circle, I wanna feel like I fit. I'm gonna write the perfect campfire song, yeah, but this one isn't it. Well, breaks are always a problem. You know, they make me forget the words. Well, the doc says I've got ADD, and now, hey, look, a bird. All the pickers can take a break now, and the singers can harmonize. There's one more chorus to this mess, you start, we're going clockwise. Lead guitar goes right here. Maybe some mandolin. Even some banjo might do. I know. How about a little fake kazoo? Gonna write the perfect campfire song, one that anyone can play. Well, it won't have weird stops or chords to get in the way. I wanna jam in the circle, I wanna feel like I fit. I'm gonna write the perfect campfire song, yeah, but this one isn't it. I'm gonna write the perfect campfire song, but this one isn't it. Alrighty. This next song is a Slade Cleave song. He said it took him a long time to write this song because these rhymes are pretty strenuous to get to. Some of them. For you I would spend all my time searching for that perfect rhyme. And this is one that certainly perplexes. For you I would spend all my days thinking up all the crazy ways that I love you even more than I love Texas. You got Bel Air class and Dallas style, Austin soul and a Luca Bar smile. For you I'd trade my truckin' for a Lexus. Getting soft as early morning rain, temper like a Gulf Coast hurricane. I love you even more than I love Texas. You're the barb on my wire, sparking my campfire. No brighter star in all the multiplexes. Well, I love this state, you know I do, but the best thing in this state is you. I love you even more than I love Texas. Your wits as sharp as a prickly pear. Sunshine's in your golden hair. Your smile hits me right in solar plexus. Skin is soft as early morning rain. Temper like a Gulf Coast hurricane. I love you even more than I love Texas. From the mucky duck to the broken spoke, you know this state like an old cowpoke. You know we're all the tastiest Tex-Mexes. You got Matson on the radio playing Robert Earl and Billy Joe. I love you even more than I love Texas. You're the barb on my wire, sparking my campfire. Let's go out west where nobody can text us. I promise you I'll never cheat. You can throw me out in the old mesquite. I love you even more than I love Texas. And if you make me leave the state, I'll curse, but I won't hesitate. 'Cause I love you even more than I love Texas. You're late. All right, Texas Love Song. Alrighty. Okay, well, this next song is a Hayes Carl song. And I think I already knew who Hayes Carl was, but during COVID, he started doing a lot of live streams, and I watched a lot of his live streams. And but this is a song I might have gotten before then. I'm not sure. Timeline don't much in this little head up here. We've been dating since high school. We never once left this town. We used to go out on the weekend and we'd drink till we drowned. Now she's acting funny and I don't understand. I think that she's found her some other man. She left me for Jesus, and that just ain't fair. She says that he's perfect. How could I compare? She says I should find him, and I'll know peace at last. If I ever find Jesus, I'm kicking his ass. She showed me a picture, but all I could do was stare at that freak in his sandals and his long, pretty hair. They must think that I'm stupid or I don't have a clue. I bet he's a commie or maybe even a Jew. She left me for Jesus, and that just ain't fair. She says that he's perfect. How could I compare? She says I should find him, and I'll know peace at last. If I ever find Jesus, I'm kicking his ass. She's given up whiskey. She's taken up wine while she prays for his troubles. She's forgot about mine. I'm gonna get even. I can't handle the shame. Why, the last time we made love, she even called out his name. She left me for Jesus, and that just ain't fair. She says that he's perfect. How could I compare? She says I should find him, and I'll know peace at last. If I ever find Jesus, I'm kicking his ass. It could have been Carter, or even Billy Ortiz. If I ever find Jesus, he's gonna wish he was dead. Amen. Alrighty, alrighty. Oh boy. I got to see this guy last year or sometime. I got to see Lyle Lovett and his large band, and I'll tell you, that's a large band that he's got. I don't remember how many people were on the stage, but there was 3 singers, and there was Leland Sklar, and there was a famous drummer too. I don't remember what was on there, but it was really fine. And this is one of his songs that he wrote. At least it has his name on it anyway. Well, I'm traveling, man. Don't tie me down. There's just too much living going all around. Man just got a dream that he can see. Well, I love the road and I love the air, and I don't worry, hell, I never care. I love my women, sometimes they love me. I got caught one day, I still don't know how. I didn't even like that town. This stranger said, fella, why don't you just go on home? I said, man, that's where I'm headed to, and you couldn't stop me if you knew what to do. I left and I planned to go alone. But the road was long and home was far, so I stopped off this little cowboy-looking bar, walked up to the door, and she just smiled. Yeah, with a long ponytail and a pretty white dress, she said, hi, bull riders do it best. I said, oh my God, what's your name? My name's Lyle. And I said, back my heart, you fickle redneck. Well, take the boots and walk out of my life. And I said, get back my heart, you fickle redneck. Well, I can't be no cowgirl paradise. Well, I looked at her and she looked at me, and I looked back and she looked back. We went out together for a walk. Well, her eyes were bright just like the stars. Said you drove a pickup since you hated cars. Loved to ride around out after dark. And I said, ooh, get back in my heart, you fickle redneck. Well, take the boots and walk out of my life. And I said, ooh, get back in my heart, you fickle redneck. Well, I can't be no cowgirl paradise. This redneckness has got to be a disease. You catch it on your fingers, it just crawls right up your sleeve. Get back in my heart, you fickle redneck. Well, I can't be no cowgirl paradise. Well, how she did it, I'll never know, but it's been maybe 20 years or so. She cooks the supper and I try to pay the rent. Well, I'm a traveling man, don't tie me down, there's just too much living going all around. I can't figure out quite where it went. And I said, who back my heart, you fickle redneck woman? Take your boots and walk out of my life. And I said, get back my heart, you fickle redneck woman. I can't be no cowgirl paradise. I said, I can't be no cowgirl paradise. I Said I can't be no cowgirl paradise. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna do one more song here. Okay. I got some stuff on the smoker and I just got alerted to I'm not gonna do that one today. What else have I got? Oh, I'll do this. I'm gonna do a short one because my throat's starting to go a little bit here. So another Fred Eaglesmith song. Yep. Thanks for joining me today, y'all. Whether you did it now or later. Always like to see little comments or likes. If you like to today, that's good. When I met her, she was a beauty queen who wanted something more. Now she's hanging out with me in front of the liquor store. And the car won't start when I shut it off, so she has to get the beer. She puts it in the backseat and she quietly says to me, when exactly did we become white trash? How come we got 7 dogs living in the garage? How come the only 8-track in our car is Johnny Cash? When exactly did we become white trash? She tells all our friends that I got my PhD, which stands for post-hole digger. It ain't exactly a degree. There's curtains on the windows and we hardly watch TV. And that double wide is triple wide now that she's with me. When exactly did we become white trash? How come we got 7 dogs who burned down the garage? How come the only 8-track in our car is Johnny Cash? When exactly did we become white trash? Yeah, when exactly did we become white trash? Well, thanks again for joining, everybody. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And next week I won't be here, but you can come see me because I will be hosting at New World, Tampa, and we're going to have Rod McDonald there. Doors at 12:30, show at 1:30, 15 advance, 20 at the show. Come on out and see us. They have food, drinks, everything inside. You just sit at your table and order stuff. It's great. Anyway, that's it for today. See y'all soon. 2 weeks out, I'll be back. That's it for now. Bye.